Is it going? Hello and welcome, fellow Sovereigns. There are two posts that piqued my interest. One of them was one of mine that I put up on Saturday, and one was one that a person from New Zealand put up this morning. And the one this morning was a picture of a fat yellow bird. And this person was saying, "Who does this remind you of?" And then everybody got stuck into Trump and how he looks this and he's an idiot and all the rest of it. And I couldn't help myself. I had to say that at least he gets off his bum. He gets out there and does the best he can. He's not standing on the sidelines like a coward, criticising and doing nothing. Now that's going to, I don't know, upset someone. I'm sure. I'm sure someone's going to be offended. And do I care? So it kind of relates to another one that I put up about Coles supermarket on Saturday, where it turns out they are tracking people while they're in the shop. So you walk in, the machine kind of tracks you. So on their computer, you're a red dot while you walk around the shop. So they've got this computer screen with, I don't know, 50 or so red dots, all these people walking around buying their groceries. And then that red dot turns to a green dot on the screen when you buy your groceries. And then when it turns green, it then allows you, the gates open so you can get out. So we were in there on Saturday. My partner suddenly needed to go to the toilet, and she rushed to the exit gate, and it wouldn't open. She was desperate, needed to go. So she had to hunt around, and it took some time to find a staff member to come and, I don't know, punch some button or something to open the gate to let her out. Anyway, so there's a lot more to that, and I won't go on about it right now. But I don't know. I think I've got over 200 responses to that post. I've had dozens of friend requests. I've had lots of messaged requests for more information. And I've had a lot of people saying that they've passed it on, So it seems to be, what do you call it, copied, shared with lots and lots of other people. And it's really interesting because one person on the Sunshine Coast shared it and derided the comments that I just sort of said the facts. But this person on the Sunshine Coast, who's a surf lifesaver, copied it and put it on his Facebook page and derided the fact that these are people walking around amongst us. So I was one of these people walking around amongst him, and he couldn't understand why I would want to post about that. Well, the funny thing is that somebody else messaged me to say that they had seen my post copied onto this cynical person's post, and that person had taken it and now was questioning Coles about what was going on. So everything that's happened, even the naysayers, something good is coming out of it. And if it doesn't, well, I don't care. So what it seems to be is a little bit like today's one, where it's very easy to be the cowardly person sitting in the stand criticising the people down on the court playing the game. There's people playing the game. They're standing up. They're doing just what they do. Whether it's Trump, whether it's a rock and roll star, whether it's a whatever politician, whether it's whoever, simply being a little bit honest. A little bit just saying what they feel like saying without filtering it for the crowd. Just being who they are. And so from these 200 plus responses, I think I can put them into about 3 different categories. The first category is there's a lot of people aghast at what they didn't know was going on in our supermarkets, that they can lock you in. And this is not every supermarket. This is a selected number of stores that Coles are trialling this new tracking system. So it's not all of them. So if it's not in yours, it doesn't mean to say it's not in someone else's, which is what some people are saying. It's not in mine, therefore I don't know what you're going on about. So there's some people that are aghast and shocked and learning new stuff, and they want to know more information. A second group have experienced this, not necessarily in my area, but in other places. One was down in Melbourne, one was in Sydney, another was up in Cairns, and another one in Townsville, I think. So exactly the same things happening, and they're up in arms, and they're doing something about it. They're knocking on Coles' door in different ways. Some are physically going to the shops, some are emailing, some are sending letters and all sorts of things, asking Coles what's going on and why are they locking people in, which is illegal, and so on. So there's people aghast and learning new things. There's other people getting up and doing something about it. So that's probably somewhere between the 90-something% of people. And then there's a small number of people who are saying that what I said was absolute rubbish, even though other people were there to confirm what happened, even though Coles have now confirmed what's going on, that they are tracking people. So there's people standing on the sidelines refusing to do their research, but very keen to do the criticism. And it's just how it is. There will always be naysayers. There will always be those who refuse to get to the facts. Because the first two groups of people, those who are like aghast, didn't know, and those who did know and now doing something about it, are interested in the facts. And whether they do something about those facts is not relevant. It's that they're dealing in facts, they're dealing in data, they're dealing in real life actual things. The 10%, I'm guessing, might be less. I'm sure it's less. It might only be 2 or 3%, 2 or 3 of the 200 plus responses. Calling me an idiot. One person said, really proud, he'd done his research and discovered that I'm a writer, and therefore everything I say is a novel. It's a story. It's not true. Okay, so nothing a writer ever says is true. That's a truth, according to somebody. Others were going on about tin hats and, what was it? Oh, all sorts of things. Anyway, some saying the red dot thing's a load of rubbish. Well, it is. It's what the management told the staff and told the staff to tell the customers, because they thought that would be the easiest way for everyone to understand it. Pardon me. So it's not the red dot, but that's what the management thought it would be easier for people to understand in a sense. So there's no red dots actually going into our bodies or onto our bodies. It's the red dot on a screen that we're being followed by somebody surveilling us, if that's the word. So it's interesting that, I don't know, probably let's say 45% of people are actually on the court, playing the game, getting off their butts, doing something about it, sending off emails, sending off letters, visiting their local store and asking about it. Somebody sent me I do not comply. It's a letter, a 3-page PDF letter that one can print out and take in and show Coles. And you can sign it and say to them, I do not accept whatever you're doing. And it's very specific and very helpful for those who are interested. So a lot of people they're getting to the bottom of it. They're finding out the facts. And the 10% or the less, the smaller number, what they're doing is substituting facts for emotion, generally anger or bile, whatever. So they think that criticizing somebody is going to change things. They think that standing on the sidelines screaming at somebody, running up and down the side of the football pitch screaming at some person who's actually playing the game, will make a difference to the game. It won't. Scream all you like. It's only when you get onto the court, when you get onto the rugby pitch, when you get onto the tennis court, when you get into the netball, a court, or whatever, when you get into the game of life, it's the only place you can change things. Screaming from the sidelines with emotion, without facts, changes nothing. And the other slightly disconcerting thing for those, say, 10% is that they don't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about what they have to say if there's no substance to it. If there's substance, if there's facts, if there's actual events that have been talked about, and for example, I've had texts and so on from Coles, so I'm talking from what the company says. If they don't have that, then okay, they're pissing into the wind. Their words are going nowhere, into this void. So all I'm suggesting is save your breath. If you're only in emotion, if you're only in opinion, if you're only in narrative and making up stories about what could be and what might be and what, I don't know, has been, you're a has-been. Just cut the crap. Go and do something else. Take up underwater knitting or synchronized flatulence or something. There's got to be something that you can occupy your time with. Leave the living of life to those who are out there doing it. You don't get in our way. You don't matter. Step out of the emotion. Step out of the stories and step into facts. And from facts we can make a difference. And that's the long and the short of what I've got to say today. So I wish you a bunch of facts and a wonderful day, and I bless you and all who sail in her.